Hello and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a Simply Gothic one and it's going to be going through my brand new stationery collection. I am so excited to share with you this collection. I've worked on it for probably over a month now. It has had a lot of time and effort put into it, so I'm just really excited to share with you all of the things in that collection. So if you want to see the pieces in more detail, or if you have no idea what I'm talking about, then do subscribe and do keep on watching and I will get straight into the video. So as I said, this is a stationery collection. I tend to alternate between jewellery and stationery collections. If you don't know, I do run my shop Simply Gothic. I will leave the link that you need in the description box, so you can just tap the drop down and I'll have a link to my shop. I'll also have a link straight to this collection and I'll also have a link to my mailing list. So if you join my mailing list, you do get emails once a week. That's usually things like offers, discount codes, freebies occasionally, and new product releases. So that's what I tend to send emails on. And you do get a free ebook on how to improve your confidence as well, and there is a coupon in that book too. So you do get a lot for joining my mailing list, so do tap that link and do sign up. This collection will have gone live by the time you're seeing this video, so I'm actually recording this on the day that it's going live. I will be putting this up probably in a week's time. So I've got 10 things in total. There are notepads in different sizes, notebooks in different sizes, memo pads and pens. So those are the things in this collection. I know a lot of you are really excited for this one, so I will get into showing you everything. So the first one was one that was requested so much, and I often had comments, especially on my surveys that I do, asking for a coffin shaped notebook. Now this one is influenced by that. Now it's not coffin shaped. I looked everywhere on how to do like custom shaped notebooks, but it seemed impossible to find, and I kind of like how this looks because you still have the spookiness. If it was just cut out, you just have a plain white coffin notebook, because you couldn't really do it in black because then you'd have to use a white pen, and I feel like me along with everyone else would hate that. So I think this is a good way to do it because it looks coffin shaped at a glance, but you do have all of these spooky white bats on a black border, and I think that just adds like a vampire-y bat aesthetic to this. So I'm really pleased with how this turned out. I'll go through all the features of like one of them and then I can just show you the designs of the rest. This is the design of the first one. So it says notes and it's got lines on the coffin, and as you can see it's very glossy. It's also a very thick notepad as well. That's the best I could do showing you that before my camera wants to focus on something else. But yeah, so that's kind of the style of this one. So it says notes in this gothic text and it's all black and white, so if you love a black and white bat or vampire aesthetic, this is perfect for you. So even though the design is like a coffin, you still have quite a lot of room to write all of your notes, and as you will see, the lines are spaced out really well. Like they're not too big where you don't have enough lines to write, but they're also not too small. I have had notepads in the past where I've loved the design, bought them, and the lines are so close together and I literally can't write on it without it looking really messy. So I always make sure I space out the lines to a good amount, so even if you've got like thick chunky handwriting, you won't have a problem with this and your words won't overlap, because I know that is a problem. The quality and kind of details of this is it does have 50 sheets of paper, so if you used it every day it would last you just under 2 months, so it's quite good. You do get a decent amount of paper. Usually you can choose 25 or 50 sheets with these, so 50 sheets is usually the maximum you get in a notepad like this, so I have made sure to maximize the pages for you. And also, as you will see, the ink is shiny. So these notepads are printed on extra smooth 120 GSM paper. Now if you don't know what that is, I will quickly explain it, but the GSM is how thick the paper is. I think normal print paper is like 80 GSM, so this is thicker, which means it's not see-through. I'll try and lift one up without breaking it off, but yeah, as you can see, it's not, oh wait, I've got two. It's not see-through at all, even though the paper is white. It's a really nice thickness. And it also means that when you use this, your ink won't bleed through onto the next page. Again, I've had notebooks with like super cheap paper, drives me crazy. I have also asked you when I did my Goth planner research what your preference was with paper and like all of the really small details, so I've taken all of that and put it into all of these as well, so you won't have flimsy, cheapy, scratchy, horrible paper. And yeah, you can fit all your writing between the lines. It's extra smooth paper, but the ink itself is shiny, so you'll see the paper isn't actually shiny, it's just the ink. So the ink turns out really black on these, which is why I love using this company, but you won't have any problems writing on this. So I use gel pens to write on mine, and the ink's fine. It doesn't like bubble up and go like almost like it can't go into the paper. It's not like that at all. I do use gel pens on these because I have used my stationery for myself. So you can definitely use things like biro, fountain pens I'm sure would be fine, gel pens, like all of those types of pens, and they are all good. And they are glued at the top, so once you're done you can just tear it off and have a new page. So that's the first one. Now, because I've mentioned so much about that, I can kind of just show you the other two designs in this. So these are all of the A5 notepads. So the second one is a taboo list. So I've always wanted to do a ghost notepad like this. I do have a smaller one that says spooky notes. I'll put a photo on the screen for you somewhere, but it's A6 and it doesn't have tick boxes, so that and this would go together really well. This is more of my chubby ghost design. He's a little bit different to my logo ghost, and it says taboo list at the top in Gothic font. Again, the lines are spaced out, and this one has tick boxes, so if you love writing lists, this will be absolutely perfect for you. And even if you love a ghost aesthetic. Sorry for the underexposure, but because it's white, it's kind of messing with the camera a little bit. But that is the second one. Again, this is great if you love writing lists, you love anything that's spooky, maybe on the Halloween side, then this one would be great for you. Another one highly requested was gravestone stationery. I don't do much with gravestones, to be honest. I mainly focus on bats and ghosts, and vampire kind of styles, because I know those are your favourite. But I did get gravestones requested, and I'm so pleased with how this turned out. I just think it looks really cool. So this one is very similar to this one in a way. It does say notes at the top. It's got a black border with bats on it. This one you definitely would have more space, I would say, even though the tombstones do cover a little bit of the bottom. But this is what this one looks like. Again, very glossy. And as you can see, the gravestones are great. They say RIP and rest in peace, and they've got cracks in, and then there is grass down there. So I absolutely love how this one's turned out. If you love visiting graveyards and you like more of the darker goth style, then I feel like this one would be really good for you, even though it is kind of on the spooky cute side still. This is the last A5 notepad. The last A5 item is a notebook, and I am actually keeping this one for myself. I was actually having a look through my drawer the other day, and I was like, I really need a notebook, but I need something that's not super chunky, but also something that I can keep separate from all my other notebooks, and that's why I'm keeping this one for myself. So this is an A5 notebook. You'll see it's the same size as those ones, and these ones are a little different. So they do have covers, which is why they are notebooks, and they've got lined pages all inside. So that's what the lines look like on these. Again, these lines are very thick, and it does have 40 pages in here, so you do get a lot of room to write. However, as you can see, they are very slim. These aren't like my previous notebooks I've bought out. I do have the Goth notebook, which again, I'll put a photo on the screen. If you're looking for something more chunky, hardback, spiral bound, that kind of thing, then I do have that, and I also have one of those for myself. But I think both of these serve a purpose. Like the spiral bound one is really good if you've got a lot of notes maybe on one specific topic, or you want to put like a bunch of notes in there. Like that one definitely has a lot more space. and the pages inside are decorated, whereas these are really good if you want to take it with you, like say if you need a book for maybe a meeting at work or a subject at school. You could definitely have this in your bag. It doesn't take up a lot of space. It's very lightweight. Like, I feel like these are really good for more on the go, but I will be using this because I have a new business course to do and I wanted to kind of keep my notes separate out of my other notebooks because I'm really running out of space, so I can kind of dedicate this one to that course. So that's why I love these as well. And the design of this one, as you can see, is again that chubby little ghost and bats alternating with stars. Again, the paper on this is really nice. So I believe the pages in here are the same GSM as the notepad, and then the cover is 250, so it is more like a card. So it will be a lot more durable for when you take it in your bag. These are stapled as well, if I didn't say already, but these are so useful. I find both of these useful, honestly. I forgot to mention the prices. The notepads will be $13.99 with free UK shipping, and the notebook will be $10.49, I believe, with UK shipping. And now onto the A6 items. So I've got a notepad and a notebook. So I'll go for the notebook first, and some of you might remember this from my Gothic Valentine's box. So I did actually do a video all about that box. It did sell out, and I put this item in there, but I do have a few left over, which is why I'm releasing them in this collection. So it's basically a smaller version of this. You can kind of see the difference, but these are probably better for like quick notes, especially if you're on the go. Like, this is perfect to put in your bag. Depending on what you wanted to use it for would depend on the size you go for, but these are still really handy. So again, it's got a black cover, same thickness as the last one, and this has red cobweb hearts with diamond kind of star looking things, and the pages inside are like this. Now these are a little bit closer together. They're not really tightly packed, but they are a bit smaller than the other notebook, so just be aware of that. Again, you get 40 pages inside here, and again, super slim, super lightweight, and really good if you like a more romantic goth style. And the last A6 item is one of these. Now, I've released a couple of these throughout the years. I've done Halloween ones, I've done ghost ones, I've also bought out ones for Christmas and put them in my advent calendars, but I've never done a bat one, and bats are definitely your favourite. So this says to-do list, and it's got a bat border with cobweb corners, and again it's got tick boxes. I don't think I bought one out like this with tick boxes as well, so this will be the first. And this is the design of this one. I use these nearly every day. I actually use them for making lists of restock things. Like if I run out of packaging or confetti, I will write it on here, and then when I've ordered it I will tick it off. So I find these really useful. So a lot of my stationery, as you can probably tell by the way I'm talking about it, is very versatile. That's why I don't target specifically like school, like an academic planner or anything like that, because I want these to be usable whether you work, whether you're at school or university, whether you're a small business owner. Like, I use a lot of my stuff and I'm a small business owner. If you're watching and you're also a small business owner and you love a gothic style, these are so useful to help keep you organized. The last kind of notepad item is a memo pad. Now these have been requested again for a really long time, and I finally got round to finding a supplier and designing them, and I went with bats because, as I said, bats are your favorite. These are 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters. They are a square and they are like backed on kind of a thinnish cardboard, and I've made sure you have a lot of space because as these are smaller, you want enough space to kind of write what you want to write on them without the design taking up too much space. So again, it's got a black border with white bats and then 2 black bats there, and they're all the same. You also get 50 sheets on this memo pad as well. I used to have Devil Ghost ones. They did sell out and I won't be restocking those, but these have double the amount of paper in the Devil Ghost ones because they had 25 and these have 50, so these will definitely last you a lot longer. If you wanted to, you could also put magnets on the back and stick it on your fridge. I, again, have kept this one for myself. I love putting notes in orders when I sell on Vinted or Depop. I just like to say thank you for your purchase, so I actually use these and then rip them off and put them in orders. I find them really, really useful. Another thing to mention is these are memo pads. They're not like sticky notes or anything like that. Like, they are the tear off style. Sticky notes are so expensive to produce, it's ridiculous. I did look into it once, but I think they were double or triple the amount of these ones. To keep it affordable, we're doing memo pads. And also I feel like, I don't know, sticky notes really annoy me because they never stick to things. So I feel like these would be so much more useful, and you can always put a magnet on the back if you wanted to hang them up. Again, I forgot to mention prices. The memo pad will be £6.99, free UK shipping. This one will be £7.49, and this one I think will be the same, £7.49. And as I said, all of the prices include UK shipping for free as well. So the last item are pens. Again, highly requested. So you might have seen on my Instagram story, I showed you all of the pens. If you're not following me on Instagram, I'll put my name here. I do ask you a lot of the time what you'd like to see because I am bringing this stuff out for you. So obviously I want your input, I want your opinions, and I'd like to hear what you would like to see me bring out. But I got you to vote on my story on your favourite designs. So what I've done is I've kind of bought out some of them. It's not to say I won't bring out the others. So say if you loved the Plague Doctor mask, that won't be in this collection, but I do plan to bring that out next. So don't be sad if you don't see the design you liked, but I have picked your favourite designs. So there will be... It's actually raining. That's really relaxing. Love the sound of rain. I don't like being out in the rain because you get really soggy and then you get like, ugh. But just being inside, maybe with a candle, and then listening to the rain is just the best thing ever. You can tell I'm an autumn girl. But back to the pens. There are 3 sets of pens, so I've categorized them by I think what would go well aesthetically, and there will be 3 sets and each set will have 3 pens in it. The first set are the bat ones. I bought out 4 different variations, and the other variation is like these 2 alternated, but this one will actually be in the next bundle, so I'll show you this one first. This print is all the same, but the only difference is the colours. So this is what the first set will be. So you have the red background with black bats, the purple background with black bats, and then the black background with white bats. These were definitely some of your favourite ones, so I have grouped them together. Some of the features, in case you are curious, is they do have this like rubber grip, and apparently that's ergonomic design. That's what it says, so it's supposed to be really, really comfortable when you write with it. And again, I've kept one for myself. I actually kept the Ghost one, but when I tried writing with this, it is actually really comfortable because of this like rubber grip thing. So it's not like you're gripping onto hard plastic, and I also like that the pen's really chunky. I hate when pens are like super slim, so that's the rubber grip that is on all of the pens. Just makes it really, really comfortable to write with, as you can see. And then you do have this bit which you can kind of clip onto things, and as you can see, it is a ballpoint pen. So those are all of the styles of these. It is black ink. I had a few questions. All of the pens are black ink. I feel like that would be really bad to bring out a goth pen collection and have blue ink. I know a lot of you also would have been put off if I brought out blue ink. So all of these are black ink, don't worry. So this is the first set, and all of the sets are £9.99 with free UK shipping as well. So that's the bat ones. And then next up I've got the spooky collection. Now one of them is missing. I have sent some items to Heavy Metal Mama, so I'll link her video in the description too, so definitely check out her video. But I sent her the gravestone pen. I'll see if I can put a photo on the screen. In fact, I will have product photos, so I can put those on the screen. So there is a tombstone one which perfectly matches this. And so you get that one in the set, and also these 2. So this has the white background with the black bats on it, and also the black background with the chubby looking ghost, and this is the one I kept for myself because I thought it was really cute. This was actually the first pen design that I drew out and had the idea of, and I kind of liked the layout of it, so this was the first one. So that will be the next set along with the gravestone one, and the last set, again, I gave one of them to Heavy Metal Mama to review. So this will be the Spooky Sayings pens. They're basically all black backgrounds with these spooky sayings in my Gothic text. So this one says stay spooky, and this one says spooky for life. And also what I've done with these is, which I think is quite clever, giving myself some credit, is even if you're left-handed, the design stays the right way. So what I've done is I've put it on this side, so hopefully this should make sense. So say if you're right-handed, it will look like this, and then even if you're left-handed, I've kept it so the design is the right way up. So even if you're left or right-handed, you can still see the design, and the design is still visible to people the right way up. Thought has gone into this. And the same for all of them. So it's these two in the Spooky Sayings set, and there's also another one. Again, I'll put a photo on the screen, and it says you've goth this. I'd also love to bring out a matching daily planner that says you've got this. I've had that idea for a while. I think I even have the design drawn up. Maybe that one will be next. But those are all of the pen sets. They just look so spooky, so gothic. I haven't seen a lot of places do pens, so I hope that helps if you've been looking for spooky and gothic pens. They're definitely eye-catching, like even from quite far away you can see all of the designs, so I'm just really excited to release these. This collection is perfect for you whether you work, whether you go to school, whether you're a small business owner, maybe you're struggling to stay organized, maybe your stationery just isn't doing it for you, and it's not in your style. This collection has specifically combined like affordability with high quality. With my reviews, people always say that my quality is really good with stationery, and that's something that I always aim to keep up. You do get stationery that is affordable, is high quality, expresses your style, and because I've got quite a lot of different themes, like if you love tombstones, you could get that with the tombstone set of pens, or if you love bats, you could do some of the bat notepads with the pens. Like you can definitely mix and match them because they all match each other perfectly. And you also get something that not only looks nice but is also going to help you stay organized and stay productive. I always find that I am at my most productive when I write a list. If I don't write a list, I'm just out of it, and I'm just like, how come I didn't do as much as I wanted to? And I'm like, oh, didn't write a to-do list. It sounds crazy, but it's really true. And apparently, because I was looking up facts, you're 42% more likely to achieve your goals if you write stuff down, which is quite a lot, but I would honestly believe it because I'm always so much more on it if I write a list for the day and kind of plan out what I'm doing, set some goals. Like I always find my productivity and organization goes up so much more. It's ridiculous. So I think that fact is very true. Definitely get yourself some stationery. I will have the link, as I said, in the description box for you. Do tap that and go get organized. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you grabbed anything from this collection or what your favorite item is. Like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next one, hopefully. Bye.